If you've been thinking about buying a new car in 2025, stop right there, because some of the cars sitting on dealer lots today are quietly bleeding value faster than you can imagine. They might look shiny, they might even drive well, but the truth is, they're financial sinkholes. The kind of cars that can lose half their value before you even pay off the loan. And unless you know which ones they are, you could be the one left holding the bag. Stick with me, because the worst offender, the one losing money the fastest, is still coming up. Number 12. Chevrolet Malibu. Once Chevy's bread-and-butter sedan, the Malibu has become a shadow of its former self. For years, it was the car you'd see everywhere, the safe choice for families and commuters alike. But the world has changed. Crossovers and SUVs dominate the roads, and the Malibu hasn't kept up. Its design is dated, the cabin feels old compared to rivals, and Chevrolet has already made it clear the model is on borrowed time. When an automaker signals that a car's future is shaky, resale values dive. Dealers are discounting Malibus hard just to move them. But here's the catch. The minute you drive one off the lot, you're staring at a depreciation curve that makes it nearly impossible to recover your investment. According to resale tracking, Malibus lose value far faster than Toyota Camrys or Honda Accords, sometimes sinking over 45% within 5 years. That's not just a number. That's thousands of dollars out of your pocket. Number 11. Dodge Hornet. This was supposed to be Dodge's big comeback in the compact SUV space. Instead, it's become a textbook case of how not to launch a car. From the start, buyers complained about buggy software, awkward pricing, and reliability concerns tied to its shared DNA with Alfa Romeo. Add in recalls during its first model years, and consumer trust took a hit right out of the gate. That's a nightmare for resale value, because when a car gets branded as unreliable early on, it's nearly impossible to shake the reputation. Dealers are stuck sitting on Hornets, slashing prices just to lure in buyers. But the real kicker is what happens down the road: depreciation. Early sales data shows the Hornet is losing value almost twice as fast as category leaders like the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. If you think you're saving with dealer discounts now, you'll pay it all back and more when it's time to sell. Number 10. Volkswagen Passat. At first glance, the Passat looks like a decent deal, comfortable, roomy, and long associated with European refinement at a middle-class price. But here's the brutal truth. Volkswagen pulled the plug on the Passat in North America, and when a car is discontinued, resale values collapse. Nobody wants to be stuck with an orphan model, because buyers worry about parts, service, and long-term support. That fear alone is enough to crater demand. Today, used Passats are already flooding the market, many coming off leases, and dealers can't move them fast enough. What's the result? Heavy depreciation, with some models shedding close to 50% of their value in just 5 years. Compared to a Toyota Camry, which holds on to value remarkably well, buying a Passat is like throwing money into a hole. The worst part? Even if you love how it drives, the car market doesn't care. Resale trends dictate that this sedan is a financial dead end. Number 9. Nissan Leaf. It was the world's first mass-market electric car, the pioneer that promised to change everything. And in some ways, it did. But here's the problem. The Leaf hasn't kept up with the EV revolution it started. While Tesla, Hyundai, and even Ford are pumping out EVs with 250, 300, even 350 miles of range, the Leaf is stuck at barely over 200 miles in its best trim. On top of that, the Leaf uses older battery technology with passive cooling, which means battery degradation hits harder over time. Owners already know the pain: reduced range after just a few years, and resale values that nosedive as a result. The used market is flooded with cheap Leafs, many losing over 60% of their value within 5 years. And once your battery warranty runs out, good luck convincing anyone to buy it. The Leaf may have made history, but today it's a liability on wheels. Number 8. Ford Mustang Mach-E. Ford's all-electric Mustang Mach-E came out of the gate strong, with massive hype and long waiting lists. But the glow didn't last. Reliability concerns, recalls, and competition from Tesla and Hyundai's Ioniq 5 have chipped away at its reputation. And when an EV loses consumer trust, resale values get punished. On top of that, The EV tax credit landscape has shifted, making it harder for Ford to compete on price. Dealers who once marked up Mach-Es are now offering discounts just to clear inventory. But here's the kicker. Used values are falling off a cliff. Some models have dropped nearly 50% in under 3 years, a shocking rate for a vehicle that was once considered a Tesla rival. Buyers are starting to see the Mach-E as a gamble, and the market reflects that. If you buy one now, don't expect to get much back when it's time to sell. Number 7. GMC Yukon. The Yukon has long been the go-to for families who want size, comfort, and that commanding road presence. But the market is shifting, and the Yukon is caught in the crossfire. Gas prices are climbing, hybrids and EVs are everywhere, and suddenly, a giant V8 SUV that gets 15 miles per gallon doesn't look so attractive. Dealers are seeing inventory stack up, and used values are dropping faster than anyone expected. Buyers are realizing they can get a Toyota Sequoia hybrid or even a plug-in option from other brands, saving thousands in fuel costs over the life of the vehicle. As a result, the Yukon's depreciation curve is brutal, losing nearly half its value in 5 years, sometimes more, depending on trim. And while it still has fans, the reality is clear. The market no longer wants gas guzzlers, and the resale values prove it. Number 6. Chrysler Voyager. The Chrysler Voyager is basically the budget version of the Pacifica, and while it sounds appealing on paper, a minivan that's cheaper than the competition, the reality is grim. The Voyager was mostly sold to fleets, rental agencies, and businesses that run their vehicles into the ground. That alone kills resale value, because no family wants a used fleet van with a hard life and high miles. Dealers know it too, which is why Voyagers sit on lots with price tags that keep dropping. After 5 years, this minivan can lose well over 55% of its value, making it one of the worst investments you can make. It may seem like a bargain when new, but try selling one later, and you'll realize just how worthless it becomes. Number 5. Volkswagen ID4. The ID4 was supposed to be VW's big push into the EV market, and at first, the excitement was there. People liked the design, the price, and the promise of German engineering. But software glitches, slow charging speeds, and reliability concerns quickly soured the mood. Add to that an EV market that's getting crowded with faster, better, and more reliable options, and suddenly the ID.4 feels like a second-tier choice. Resale values are paying the price. Used models are down as much as 45% in under 3 years. Buyers who expected a Tesla rival are finding out they're holding a car nobody wants. And the worst part? Dealers are cutting prices on brand new ID.4S, which pushes used values even lower. Number 4. Nissan Murano. The Murano was once a stylish mid-size SUV that stood out in a crowded segment, but that was years ago. Today, the Murano is running on an old platform with outdated tech, and buyers have figured it out. Competitors like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Toyota Venza are miles ahead in fuel economy, features, and resale strength. Meanwhile, the Murano clings to a design that hasn't truly been updated in nearly a decade. Depreciation has been brutal. Expect it to lose over half its value in 5 years, often more. Owners looking to trade in are shocked at how little dealers offer, and the used market is flooded with cheap Muranos. For a vehicle that once felt premium, it's now just another face in the crowd, one that buyers simply don't trust anymore. Number 3. Chevrolet Camaro. Once the dream car of countless teenagers, the Camaro is now on life support. Chevy confirmed it's ending production, and while that sometimes drives collector value up, it hasn't worked here. The Camaro struggled for years against the Mustang and Challenger, and buyers just never showed up in the numbers GM needed. Now, with the end announced, dealers are stuck with stock, and used models are tanking in price. In the last 5 years, Camaros have been losing close to 55% of their value, and that's before the final curtain call. Buyers who thought they were investing in a future collectible are realizing this isn't the '69 Camaro. It's a car the market has already moved on from. Number 2. Dodge Durango. The Durango is one of those SUVs that just won't quit, but maybe it should. Built on an aging platform with thirsty V6 and V8 engines, it feels out of step in today's market. Shoppers want efficient hybrids, modern tech, and safety features, and the Durango simply doesn't deliver. Add in a reputation for reliability issues, and it's no surprise resale values are abysmal. After 5 years, this SUV can shed more than 56% of its original price. making it one of the fastest depreciating SUVs on the road. Even deep dealer discounts can't hide the fact that buyers just don't want them anymore. Number 1. Ford Expedition. The Expedition once sat near the top of the full-size SUV world, but times have changed. Today, the Expedition feels overpriced, overcomplicated, and overshadowed by rivals like the Toyota Sequoia Hybrid and Chevy Tahoe. Gas mileage is poor, maintenance costs are high, and owners are finding that resale values plummet faster than they ever expected. In fact, the Expedition has one of the steepest depreciation curves in its class, losing well over half its value in just 5 years. Buyers are waking up to the reality. Why spend big on a Ford SUV when more reliable, more efficient, and more desirable options are everywhere? For many families, the Expedition has gone from dream purchase to financial regret. Which of these surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this list helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay tuned, because the next video might just save you thousands.